Have you ever felt trapped, like by your own kindness? It's a weird thought, right? But that's what we're digging into today. We're gonna break down that exhausting, soul-crushing need to always be the good person, and more importantly, how you can actually escape it. I mean, seriously, does this sound familiar? Are you just bone-tired from trying to please everyone all the time? From having to keep up this image where you're always the accommodating one, always the strong one, no matter what's really going on inside? And, it feels like you're carrying the weight of everyone else's world on your shoulders, right? It's this huge burden that, let's be honest, was never yours to carry in the first place. Or maybe you've just gotten really good at biting your tongue, at putting on that smile when on the inside you're just screaming. And here's maybe the toughest part of it all. That feeling that you've sort of disappeared from your own life, like you're just a supporting character in everybody else's story. If any of this is hitting home for you, well, then you know exactly what we need to talk about. So let's just call this what it is. It's the good person trap. Think about it. From the time we're kids, we're basically taught that our value comes from being helpful, from being pleasing to others. We learn to say yes even when we feel like we're suffocating, all just to avoid making waves. But there was this brilliant thinker, the famous depth psychologist Carl Jung, who saw this completely differently. He looked right through all that social conditioning. And what he realized, well, it cuts right to the heart of the whole problem. He said this desperate need to be good, to be available for everyone all the time, that's not a virtue. No, it's a prison. One that we build for ourselves. Okay, so if it's a prison, what are the bars made of? Well, according to Jung, they're forged from one of his most famous ideas, the persona, which is basically the social mask we all wear. To put it simply, the persona is that mask, the one we wear to fit in, to feel loved, to be seen as valuable. It's that carefully crafted face of the good person that we show to everyone. But man, that mask is heavy, and wearing it all the time comes at a huge cost. It just saps your energy. It traps you in this constant state of fear, the fear of disappointing people. It makes you swallow your own anger, say yes to things you actually hate, and stay quiet in situations where you know you should be speaking up. And that brings us to the unconscious price of all this. Because when you're constantly pushing down your real feelings just to keep the peace, they don't just disappear into thin air. Nope, they have to go somewhere. This is exactly what Jung was getting at with that famous quote of his. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will simply call it fate. I mean, think about that. All those feelings you've pushed down, they're not dead. They're just backstage, pulling the strings. And you're left out front, wondering why your life feels like it's just happening to you. So, that sudden burst of anger that seems to come out of absolutely nowhere? Or that wave of sadness that just hits you for no reason you can pinpoint? Yeah, that's not random. It's a message. It's a flare sent up from the parts of you that you've been silencing for way, way too long. Here's a powerful way to think about it. Ignored pain doesn't just fade. It digs. It's like it's digging all these hidden tunnels inside of you, weakening your whole emotional foundation. And then one day, seemingly out of the blue, the whole thing just collapses. All right, this brings us to a really tough truth. Because let's be real, a lot of us wear that good person mask because we think it gives us some control, right? Control over how other people see us and treat us. But what if that control is just a complete illusion? Here's the massive disconnect. On one hand, you hope that by being endlessly nice and accommodating, you can kind of control the situation, make sure people are kind to you, that they won't leave you. But the harsh reality? You just become predictable. You become this emotional emergency button for other people. They push it when they need you, get what they want, and then they put you right back on the shelf until the next crisis. It really comes down to this. No one respects what they don't have to earn. When you're always available, you accidentally teach people that your time and energy aren't that valuable. You become a convenient resource, not a cherished person. Okay, so how do we get out of this prison? The answer isn't to just flip a switch and become a bitter or selfish person. No, it's about a process, a journey that Jung called individuation. And it's all about the path back to your real self. Individuation, at its core, is the journey from being what everyone else expects you to be to becoming who you actually are. It's about peeling back all those layers of shoulds and supposed tos to find the real person underneath. And this requires a huge shift in how you see things. Jung was really clear about this. The goal of life isn't to be a perfect person. That's impossible, and it's fragile. The real goal is to be a whole person. And that means accepting and integrating every part of yourself, the good, the bad, the messy, all of it. So what does this path actually look like? Well, we can break it down into a few key steps. First, you have to integrate your shadow. That means acknowledging those darker emotions like anger or jealousy. Then, you've got to define your boundaries. Learn how to say no and not feel guilty about it. After that, it's about guarding your energy. Stop being so reactive to everyone's demands. And finally, you have to choose authenticity again and again. Stop betraying yourself just to make other people happy. And here's a crucial point. No one is coming to rescue you from this. There's no magical permission slip that someone's going to hand you that says, it's okay to be yourself now. This is all on you. It's about taking radical responsibility for your own life and deciding that your own peace matters. So let's just leave it with this one question to think about. After everything we've talked about, who could you actually become if you finally had the courage to just drop the mask?